Alright, so hello everyone. We're going to start with this evaporator control assignment here. On this assignment here, we're going to be offsetting a bunch of lines from our x and y axis. So notice here the 0.0 starts right down here in the lower left. It's a pretty easy assignment. Should take you about one class period to complete. I'm going to talk through like the first half of this video, and then I'm just going to run through and then complete the entire assignment here, so you can see how it's done. But I'm going to open up AutoCAD. I have my template opened up. I'm going to start on my object layer. Hold for line. I'm going to draw a line going straight down, like so, and then a line going over from this point, which when the object snaps on. So I can snap to that point, and then over like that. And then I'm going to offset some lines here. So I have this document opened up on my secondary screen, and I have it printed off in front of me. For offset, I want to offset my first line here. So I draw the box. I'm going to offset this by 1 inch. Over 1. That's the outside. And then from the origin again, I'm going to offset this by 5.38. There we go. And then from the bottom here, I'm going to offset by 0.5. 0.5. Pretty simple. Whoop, that was 5. That is too far. Escape. 0.5. Select this line here. Boom. And then I'm going to offset the bottom line again by 7.5. So 7.5. And up. Okay, then I'm going to trim some things out here for us. So TR for trim. Trim that, trim that. I want my general box for my shape here. Okay, then looking at this assignment here, you can see I have an internal section here. And my outside, my radiuses are a fillet of 0.5 in 12 different places. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add the fillet. Okay, add the fillet, and then I'm going to do multiple, and this R is the radius of 0.5. Just like this. And then there, keep going. Then what I can do here is I can offset this line. So I'm going to select it all. Make sure that everything's selected in the bottom section. For offset, and the distance here, if you're looking at your paper, the internal distance, the difference is going to be 0.25. So 0.25 here. I'm going to offset this line, and go all the way around here, just like this here. Makes that pretty simple instead of trying to redraw that internal rectangle right there. Cool. Alright, then I'm going to offset my outside line again here. I'm going to finish up the top actually. So this here, offset by 9.5. Get that top piece here. I'll expand that a bit, and then for offset the far right side. Looks like it's going up to 16.13. So 16.13. And you can offset that far over there. And you can see what I mean by here. I need to expand this up top, and I can trim that off there. Expand this here, knock it out, and then TR for trim. Trim that out, and trim this one here too. Cool. Okay, next here, I'm going to draw some of the circles in the center. So I need to offset some more lines to find that center point of that bottom left circle. I'm going to offset the left line by 2.5. And then I'm going to offset the bottom line by 2. Okay, this is the center point for my circle. I'm going to change these right now to a center line. So that's going to represent the center mark. C for circle. The external circle, if we're looking at our papers, that diameter is 1.25 and internal 1.13. Okay, and again, diameter, and this is 1.25. And then this diameter here, the internal one is going to be D for diameter 1.13, like so. I can select both of these lines, both of these now. And you can see they're actually on a different layer. They're going to be on my thin layer. So buttons thin layer. Make sure that's correct. Okay. Then I can add some text. I'm going to do multi-line text. And simply click and make a big box. like that TXT with text. Actually, I'm going to do question marks right now. 3 question marks just to make things easier. And I can select all of that too. And I want to make sure it's on my center, centered up. Nice, and make sure it's centered up. Into that, click the side. And I'm going to make sure this goes onto my text layer. The text layer, it is green. And then I'm going to move it towards the center. So M for move. I'm going to turn off my object snaps there. And I'm just going to snap right here in the center. I'm going to turn off default on mode 2. And then I want to get right around where I think the center's at. Just do your best to make it exact. That looks pretty good right there. Okay, so I got that centered up here. That's me for the bottom circle. I can delete this now. I can delete this. Okay, then I want to use my array tool here to array this around this box here. So I'll select this here. I'm going to go to rectangular array. And you notice all these pop up. I want 2 columns. 2 columns. I have 3 rows. And then if you're looking on your paper, the distance between the pieces, this requires a little bit of math, but going sideways, I'm going to have, I think it's 1.38 to do some big math. And then the height difference here, that height difference is going to be 2. Pretty simple. Just like so. And then I can close the array. Then I want to explode this because I'm going to need to edit it. So I explode it up like so. Then up top here, we're going to add some more text here. I'm just going to copy this here. So CO for copy, select it, move it up. We're going to add a couple different texts. So this one can go over here. This one is going to be, this one is the Evaporator 1. And I'll stretch it out here, make sure it's on one layer, and then I can move it. And after move, move it right down, right. Actually, I'll leave it right there for now. And I'm going to move this one to the outside, just so I have it here in a moment. Okay, this here, I want to make sure it's in the center up here, in this area. So what I'm going to do here is I have a line that's coming up from the bottom for offset by 6.94. We have dimensions, and I'll offset that one. That's going to be the center of this here. And then the center mark going across, I'm missing a 3.1, 3.19. Going down left to right. Okay. And then I'm going to move this here. And then I just want to get generally in the center. Let's find it. I think right about right there. So generally in the center, you want to make sure it looks good. Cool. And then I can actually delete these ones. That's great. Okay, next here, I'm going to use, there's multiple ways to do this here. I can offset this here, copy it all and offset it by points. And I'm actually going to use the polar array tool to make this happen here. So I'm going to select it all. And then I'm going to go to my array tool. And rectangular array, so not polar array. And I want 3 columns. I want 3 columns, and I want only 1 row. And the distance between everything, I think believe is 4.38. If I do quick math in my head. And 4.38 is incorrect. Let's do some quick math. Oh, it's going to be 4.88. And then between going up top, we don't have to worry about that. So I can click close there. And then I want to explode all of this here. So that's explode. And then I can type in here. So this is going to take a moment here. I'm just going to start typing across here. So, and you want to make sure you have everything correct. The reason I put the question marks in is so that I could see them and I wouldn't miss anything if I was going across this here. And then up top here, and this is going to be Evaporator 2, and this is going to be Evaporator 3. And I want to double check here that this is on the correct layer, so I don't know if these ones are. We'll fix that first before I let's double check here. These should be on our double check Roman T layer. So if I go to annotate and there Roman S, so I'm getting Roman T, make it sorry, not Roman T, they want to be on Roman C. So that's Roman T, Roman C. Perfect. Nice little center enough for me. I'll take that. And then these, I believe, are already on the Roman S layer. That's correct. Okay, next up top, I'm going to add what we see up top here. Move this over to the center, so I'm going to move, select all that, and then this here is going to say Evaporator control unit. And then I can stretch it out to make sure it all fits on one line here. Cool. Now I'm going to move it towards the center. And that also wants to be on the Roman T. Get the Roman T. Quite a bit bigger. You see that there. I'll place that there now. Alright, now I'm going to add the circles in the lower left. Okay, circles here, circle here, circle here. Those are all the diameter of 5 in 4 places. Again, these circles right here, diameter of 5 in 4 places. So for offset, we're going to offset by 0.5. Okay, then C for circle. I'm going to make sure my object snaps back on. And D for 0.5. And these circles are going to be on, double check the layer. Let's go on the object layer. That's it. On the object layer. And I'll make this current too. Sweet. And then I can just copy that around a little bit easier. So you have the copy, select the object, select the base point, and snap. Snap, and snap. Okay, then I'm actually going to delete these lines here too. Delete, and delete, and delete you. I want to add some center lines on there. And annotate. Let's send that up. Okay, once you center it up, you can actually just stretch these out. Choose one to stretch out to the other side. You see it should snap up. And same idea here. We'll try and bring it in. I'm going to snap this to just this very edge right here, make sure you get the right spot. That looks good. Snap that out. And come straight down again. And I'll snap that back. Cool, I got that, and then I can move this around a little bit too. There's my center. I want to make sure that's centered up as best as I can. So I'm turn off the object snap, and then come to center. Come to move, select my point, and I guess it can be better than that. So for offset, I'm going to offset it by 8.07 to find the center of this rectangle. Okay, that's not the right center. For offset, and then I'm going to 8.07. There we go. That looks much better. I got confused for a second there. Okay, and for zoom, and you can see my center point is like right there, and it looks like it's like right below that line right there. So like so. And then I can delete this line. That was just to help us find that center point. Next here, I'm going to add, I'm going to move actually this up here, my X and Y axis, because these are going to help us for dimensions. So we're going to move this up to right about here. But I want to turn on my snaps. I don't have my snaps on. I won't be able to snap that. X and Y axis to go right there. And then I'm going to add on that corner, I'm going to add a radius of 0.25. So R for radius. Right there. Oh, just got retro radius. Okay, sorry, filter. I'll add a filter. Built radius of 0.25. I guess like this line here and this line here. I'll get that one. And I'll do this one too. Okay. And then on top here, we're going to do a chamfer. So chamfer. The chamfer is also 0.25. And that's going right there. Sweet. Alright, once you got those set, I think I got all my lines on there besides my dimension lines. And also my dimension lines and also my leaders. Alright, I'm going to keep on going here. I'm going to actually move this towards the center just to help us out here. I'm going to select it all here as we move. I want to make sure that I'm in the center of this page here. So right around there. I'm going to move my. Let's not turn that one on. Let's turn it on for some off. Move. Select it here. And right about there looks good. And then go over to my paper space, model space, see what it looks like. That looks good. Let's come back here. This here, I want to move this back again, and I want to get it right on that edge. Let's see if I can snap it. If not, I can always draw an extra line if I need to. It doesn't look like I can snap it on there. So what I'm going to do here is just extend this here. Extend this line out. And then I can trim it. That's not extended. So I'll turn on ortho mode. Let's just draw a line, straight down, and then snap it out of that one. And then I can delete this, and delete this. And we're going to be drawing dimensions on this X and Y axis right here. This will help us out a lot. I'm going to go to home. I want to make sure I'm on my dimensions layer. And then annotate here. And then I'm going to do an ornament. So ornament here. This is a new dimension we have not used. You can see the drop down menu. Ornament means from X and Y axis. I'm going to start with 0. I'm also going to offset actually these dimension lines down here all across on the side. So if I look at this, they are exactly 1 inch off, 1 inch off, 1 inch off. And we can use our offset tool to do that. And also we can also turn on our perpendicular snap. So O for offset, and we'll do this on 1 inch. And then you're going to want to extend all these lines a little bit too. So the X for extend, we'll see if this works out for us here. And then we'll do boundary edges. And see if this comes up there. And I'm just going to extend it out. And then that's going to go down. Do that. And then snap back to that. And cool. I'm going to delete all those later, so we can just leave those extra lines there. Hey, I'm going to my dimensions layer, coordinates, and I have a perpendicular snap on. I'm just going to start here. This is going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to start on the bottom, and notice that perpendicular snap pops up, and like that. And it should lock right on that point. And then I'm going to go all the way across the bottom, and then up the right side, and then across. When you're done with this here, I highly recommend printing off to make sure that you did not miss something. Printing it off or opening an iPad or some other device so you can actually see it. And double check that they're all correct going across as you go. You can see I messed up there. Make sure I get that perpendicular snap. I'm just seeing that's 11.01. Just double checking here, 10.1. Let's see what this one says here. And it's okay if it's a little bit off like that, but let's see why it says 10.1. I want to make sure I'm snapping on the right point. That could be the issue. Not that perpendicular. Let's see. That should be in place. That should be correct. I can always go in and change that too if I need to. If you think about it, it should be one. Yeah, it should be 1 inch off. See what these two. Yeah. I'm going to leave the leaders for last here. And again, this takes a little bit of time. Just going through it. You can obviously fast forward through the video. Good time to put some headphones on. Wrong spot. Okay. And we're going to clean up where you see it going across text here in a moment. go to the 8.5 here in a second. We'll make another line. And the 6.94. And then I'll move this towards the center of that. Drop my objects now. Let's drop this. That's not the same. Right there. Set point. That's the best I can. Oh, and then I just exploded that there and put it this line up. And don't let it go. That line coming again. And drag this one up to that. And drag it all the way across. I'll show you in a second. Drag it all the way across. Let's actually, before we do that, let's do this here. And we'll delete this line. And then we'll drag that all the way across. And then we can actually use or break that line. So I come up here to break. And down here is the select dimension to add or use a break. I'll select this. Like that. And then oh, I guess it needs to be on my bad. Okay, so we're gonna delete that. We'll come back to this here. That's gonna take a moment. Okay, then I got the 6.94. I guess we can come back to it now. So let's offset this here. So O for offset again. And we go up to 8.5. I had to think about that one for a second. And I can draw this one. I'm going to draw all the way across here and stretch it out. Turn my working mode on. Draw it here. Draw it to here. Go across. Okay, then I'm going to add a dimension on that. So ordinate dimension. And go to here. I'm actually going to go all the way across this one. Weird. I'm going to go all the way across, right there, like so. And then what I can do here is I can take this here, I can break it up, break, and boom. I select I want to break it, and you can see it breaks right across all of that text besides that one right there. Control do that, and do that. Okay, let's try that one more time here. This is a break for storage dimension line for other class objects. So I'm going to select, add a break down. Okay, select object to break dimension. Boom, right there. And then you can see, for some reason, it's not breaking across this. So let's try this here again on that side. Break, and select this side. And I can actually, I can leave it on that side. So I'm going to explode it. So with my drawing head, I can do that side. So that's my bad. We'll delete that. And we'll delete this line too. And then I can actually just stretch this out to make it look like a drawing too. Like that. There we go. Sweet. Alright, sorry it took a moment there to think about. And then I want to do the same thing here. Let's just make sure our line is only coming over to right about the edge right here. So I'm going to offset that by 6.94 from the bottom. So 6.94. And this bottom layer here, go up. And then I'm just going to bring this over to right where I want to go to. I got that on, so that's good. Snap it over to right here, so it snaps off. And right about there. That's perfect. And then orbit. I'm going to go right there, turn my snaps back on. And right out to here, and I got 6.94. That is correct. And then I can delete this like so. Alright, so what else do we have to add on to? We have all of our multileaders on the right side, I believe. So let's start with the radius and our chamfer, and then add everything else. I guess since we're on the left, we'll go on left here. So, multileader, I want to be on the neck layer, and I'm just going to do a multileader here, and it'll point towards the center of this arm. Turn the object snaps off for this here. And I'm simply going to drag off and grab this off too. And this is going to be for Romans. And Romans, on my text layer, not here, or on my maybe under dimensions layer or text layer. Romans enter 0.20 and places for high. And that's just telling me the font of that. Romanes. I'm going to stay on my dimensions just to keep it neat. And then I'm going over to do this one here. We got a diameter of 0.5 on here. So I can go to limit, I do the diameter, and then I click this here. And then we crank it out to right there. And this here is going to be, I want to keep these in line here. So we're going to turn our object snap back on, and then we're going to do these perpendicular here back on. Same thing with this one, perpendicular to that line somewhere. Just to keep things in line. Cool, and this here is going to be double click on it. I like using the arrow keys for this. Enter, and this is 4 places. Sweet. That looks good on the left side. Let's go to the top here. Look at the top. I need to break these dimension lines up. I'm going to break those real fast here. So I'm going to break this one, select dimension line, break, select object to break dimension line, boom, then boom, boom. Let's do one more time here. So select that dimension line, select object, select dimension line, select object. I don't want that. Okay, select dimension line, select object. Okay, select dimension line, select object. Select dimension line, select object. I guess we can have that one. I'll break it. Select dimension line, select object. I'll break this one too. I guess I can break one more to break here. God, I'm gonna do this right. Alright, then move it along here. I'm at the top. I'm gonna do Roman T 0.40. And then this here is some multileader going off from right about A. And I'll just snap off multileader from A right here. And again, this is Roman T, and this is 0.40 on. This is above our 1 inch mark on there. And I can do that. Alright, like that. And next here on the left side, we're almost done here. Okay, I'm going to add a chamfer. And I hope I can do that one. So I'll do my arrow, multileader. I'll turn my object snaps back on so I can get this point here. I'll do that point, and we'll do perpendicular to this line. Just to keep everything in line. I have to move it up in a second. So I'll do chamfer. And 0.25x space 45 degrees. We'll have to figure out the degrees, but we'll leave it at 45. There's a special symbol for degrees don't remember what it is at the current moment. I'm going to move this up a little bit. I'm going to turn off that perpendicular so I can move it up. Just keep it in line, but I can keep it on this point here. I'll move it to that corner actually. It'll be a good spot for it. Then I can turn my perpendicular back on for the next couple ones. And then we're going to go to a radius of 0.5, 12 places, so another radius here, so I go radius, and then this here, that one there, and perpendicular on here. I'm guessing this will snap on there, I won't do perpendicular for these ones. Going across, snap out of that line, nearest. And nearest that, alright, I'll go right here. And I'll go over, and then enter. This is going to be for 12 places, like so. And next here is going to be, while I'm here, we go to our properties and open that up. I'm going to get rid of my fit primary units, and I'll fit not on text. Run line arrows to keep that on there. Make sure I get this off here. Center mark, yeah, and center mark. No center mark on that one. Yeah, I'll do the same thing for the next one too. So again, radius here, and then the radius of this section right here. I'll snap to that, and then this is going to be a radius of 0.25, and it's going to be at 12 places also. And then this here, I need to make sure I turn my properties off. So go over to my properties here, and then line, and none. Okay, and then Roman C high, so I'm going to do a general multileader here. This is going to that 3. I'll turn my object snap off, I'll snap right there, and then I come out to my turn my object snaps back on. I'll snap the nearest point right here, and I'll do Roman C, and this is 0.25. Cool. Alright, and then last couple ones here. I have another diameter, base and diameter, and I'll just explode these ones too. Diameter of this here is going to be outside of the circle, boom, and to right here, and then double click on that, over, I'll go over to that left, 18x. And click, and then I'm going to explode this here on here, so don't comments and points, arrows, line, none. And then two more, I think, then we're going to get 3 more in that. There you go, another diameter, and let's see if we get turn one. Let's see if we have to with it. And this is 18 times. I like using my arrow keys to move over. Makes it all quite a bit easier. Okay, and then the last one, I need to explode. 2 more. Not explode it, but get rid of that center mark. Like so. Cool. And buttons on thin layer. So this multimeter. And I go right here. Go right there. And then buttons on quotation marks thin layer. Like so. Okay, and then down here, looks like you need to add a radius of 0.25 in 2 places. Again, diameter, radius, and this one here. We're going to snap up that corners to keep things aligned here. And radius, and this is going to be in 2 places. Enter 2 places. I'll just stretch that one out too. Double click on that, let's just stretch it much better. And then this here, maybe a properties, maybe turn my center mark off. Click on the line for that. Alright, now I'm going to delete these lines here on the edge. I'm going to clean up that. I didn't want to delete that. So I'll delete this here. So make sure it doesn't get deleted. And right there. And right there. Okay. And then we're not going to see the XY axis. We're not going to worry about that. I do need to fix this here. You see, I need to get rid of that. This is a good point here to print it and make sure you're not missing anything even before you have your title block on there. So we want to make sure this looks good. You can go check it out in your object snaps, or not object snaps, you can check it out in your layout view right here to see what this looks like. Mine's looking pretty decent. That's it. And I would print this again before you actually submit it. I'll put it on a PDF. Some things I need to add on here are my name, so toss this in here, like so, and then date. Today's date is 10/30, 10/30/2022. Logo. Go right here and go with that, and I can find my logo. I can just search it down here. It opens up. I can copy it. Control C. And then come on back here to this assignment here. And I'll toss it. I like to zoom in and see where that line is at, right? Right up there. And sometimes you just have to move some things over just depending how it copies. Doesn't copy quite correctly. That looks good. Alright, once that's in there, you're going to go to get everything, double check it, make sure you're not missing anything. And I'm going to print this off to you and make sure I'm not missing anything. But I'm going to go to File and Plot. Okay, and should already be set for you here. And I'm going to click OK. It's going to make a PDF. And then I would encourage you to put your name in the front of this just so I can see it. If you have to download it. I'm going to save it to my desktop right now. And then click. Actually, I'll save it in the folder here for next one. Next one, this is module 10. This is the module. Module 10. And I can save it. Alright, and then I would print it off and make sure everything looks okay. But that looks pretty decent right now. I'm sure I'm missing one or two things though. Thanks.